Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're gonna be making an amazing dessert. We're gonna be making brownie with cheesecake. You like brownie, you like cheesecake? Let's put those together and you're gonna have yourself a scrumtrelescent dessert that is going to blow your mind. It's really easy to make. Your friends are gonna love it, you're gonna love it, family, they might love it, they'll love it too. But yeah, let's go check it out. Here are the ingredients for an absolutely amazing brownie cheesecake brownie, however you want to say it. There's brownie, there's cheesecake. It's amazing. Left side's the brownie part, right side's the cheesecake part. Okay, so the first part is going to be making the brownie section of this. You're gonna melt some butter. As soon as it's done being melted, you're gonna throw in your chocolate chips. You're gonna mix those in there, and the butter should be hot enough that it should melt the chocolate chips and you should be able to get this nice and smooth. If you're running into any issues with it getting smooth or not melting quick enough, just short bursts in the microwave, maybe 10 seconds, kind of depending on how powerful your microwave is. But this is a good little workout. You're going to mix this really well. You'll see how smooth it is. And then it's to the next ingredients for this super fudgy, delicious brownie. Once you got that all smooth, you're gonna add in your cocoa powder. Make sure you get that all in there. You're gonna add in some salt, and that helps bring out the deliciousness of that chocolate. And then you just mix that all together until that is nice and smooth. Now you're gonna add in your brown sugar and your white sugar. And you're going to mix that together after you added in your espresso powder, which, great news, doesn't make it taste like coffee. I'm not a huge coffee fan. My wife loves it. I don't drink coffee, but it doesn't make it taste like coffee. So don't worry, put it in there. It just makes the chocolate chocolatier. So that's what you get. So don't skip the espresso powder. Also, don't skip putting in your eggs. So you're gonna do 2 whole eggs and 1 yolk. That is just going to yield an amazing batter for this amazing brownie recipe that is going to be at the bottom of your amazing brownie cheesecake or cheesecake brownie. However, no one even knows the right term for that. But mix this until smooth, which can be difficult because there's a lot of sugar in there. Oh, and don't forget the vanilla. Don't forget your vanilla. That's important. So mix that until as smooth as possible. I noticed with mine, it still had you could still see a little bit of like the sugar granules in there, and I probably should have kept beating it until it was all 100% smooth. I didn't because my arm is getting tired because this is so thick. I guess I could have used a hand mixer or whatever. I didn't, and guess what? Still came out delicious. I'll try next time to get it completely smooth and see if that makes any sort of difference with making this better, which I can't imagine it would because it was fantastic. So there you go. If you have a, see, look at this. I'm getting real into this. I had to take it off camera to try and get that beat up, and it still didn't get completely smooth. But like I said, everything was incorporated correctly, but you could still see some of those sugar granules in there. Use a hand beater or a KitchenAid or whatever you want to use if you want to completely smooth that out, but it still comes out delicious. Okay, next thing you're gonna add in is your sifted flour. I always sift my flour because you wanna make sure there's no lumps of flour in your baked goods. So that's why we always sift it. And then gently fold it in without getting too much onto the counter. So just very gently fold it in, swaddle it, be gentle with your brownie. Mix it all together until it looks like this. And you want to know what makes brownies even better, even chocolatier? Add more chocolate. So we added a few extra chocolate chips in there, which I'll be honest, made a huge difference. Biting into little chocolate chips while you're eating this is just a real neat surprise. And so no one's gonna get mad at you that they bit into a chocolate chip while eating this brownie cheesecake brownie. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to use room temperature cream cheese. It makes a giant difference. And now we're just going to beat these for about 4 minutes. So you set it on kind of medium high and let them go. Let them go for about 4 minutes while they get nice and beaten up and fluffy and ready for the next ingredients. And then you are going to want to scrape down the sides as well. But come on, everyone knows to scrape down the sides, right? But if you didn't, make sure you scrape down the sides. And after the 4 minutes, it'll look a little bit like this. Nice and fluffy and ready to go. So you stop it. And then what did I say? Look at me listening to my own advice. You scrape down those sides. Scrape them down. I wish I had the KitchenAid that tilted up as opposed to this style of KitchenAid. If you're on the market for a KitchenAid, buy the one where the head tilts up. So much more convenient. But I'm not gonna, that'll be my only complaint about it. I'm grateful that I have a KitchenAid, but kind of annoying to scrape the sides. But I still did it. Still scrape the sides. Beat it up a little bit more, and then we start adding in the ingredientes, which is some sugar, azúcar. Gonna add that in. Look at that, turn it into a ball of deliciousness. And what I like to do is I turn up on high. When you see that it all clump inside that whisk, I just turn that baby on high and let physics do its thing and whip it all out from the whisk. So that's what I do. Little secret. And then once that is all well incorporated, you are going to add in your other ingredients, which are some salt. And then you're going to put in some vanilla. This really is a very easy recipe for cheesecake. Real simple, not hard, but really good. It's delicious. This turns out great. And again, more scraping. Always scrape those sides. Make sure they get all nice and scraped-ed. And that's another thing too. You can just wipe off your rubber spatula onto the whisk because it's going to blend the stuff up anyways. So there you go. And once that's been mixing for about 2 minutes, you're gonna add 1 egg in at a time, making sure that it's completely incorporated or mostly incorporated before you add in the next egg. Why? Because that's what you're supposed to do. No one actually knows. It's scientific. Scientists have debated for years trying to figure out why you need to do one at a time, but they just can't decide. They've only agreed to disagree. So one at a time, mix it all in. And let's see, I saw some stuff getting stuck on that whisk, so I just turn that baby up and I let physics, again, I let it take its course. Get it all out of that whisk, and then I add in the other one. Mix that in really well. And then you're good to go. You got yourself a beautiful cheesecake batter that's ready to go on top of some brownie batter, and then it's ready to get baked, and then ready to cool, and then ready for you to eat. Let's do this. You are gonna line a 9x9 pan with some parchment paper, and then you're gonna plop. That's right, plop that brownie batter right in there and then form it. And you can just see how dense this brownie is going to turn out. It's good. It really is just a super fudgy brownie. So you're going to put that, kind of level it as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Level it out, and now we're going to top it with the cheesecake batter that we just made. So pour that beautiful cheesecake batter that you made into there. And then this is kind of going to self-level anyways, but just make sure that it's as level as possible and kind of shake it around once it's all in there. And then you're going to put it into a oven at 325 degrees for 10 minutes. And then I believe 350 degrees for another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It'll be in the description. So check that out. It'll have everything you want to know about how to make this correctly. But before we put it into the oven, almost forgot we have to do the swirls. So you have reserved a part of that batter from the brownie because it's in the directions, so you wouldn't have forgotten that part like I did for this video. Anyways, so you're gonna do that. You're gonna put in some very, very hot water in there, and this is just to help be able to swirl the batter into the cheesecake batter, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But just get that kind of smooth, make sure it's hot. That water was very hot. I might have gotten a first-degree burn pouring that in there. So there you go. And then you're going to just take little dollops of this mixture that you just made and put it on top of the cheesecake. So like I said, you take your spoon, kind of in an even-ish pattern, put little dollops of this not cheesecake batter, this brownie batter onto your cheesecake batter. And then you're going to take either a long kind of shish kebab toothpick, skewer, whatever, or you could just use a toothpick. I happen to have these long skewers that work perfect for this, but you want to know what? You could probably use a regular toothpick. You could probably use a knife or whatever, and then you just make little lovely patterns, however you want to do this. Does it make a big difference in flavor? Not really. Does it look pretty? Sure, looks great. Could I have done this better? Yeah, probably. But you want to know what? No one complained about how delicious this tastes. Nobody looked at it and like, oh, well, that doesn't look very uniform. They ate it and said, wow, this tastes delicious. I hope you make a video about it. And guess what? I did. So there you go. Now for my favorite part of the video. But you're going to cook it first. Cook it. You're going to cook it. Read the directions. partyfoodhero.com. All right, now for my favorite part of the video, I get to eat the food. As you could tell, not hard to make. Pretty simple ingredients. But what I can tell you is this makes a decadent, super rich dessert that is going to wow you and also wow your friends. I don't want to wait. I know how delicious this is. So let's give it a taste. Oh my God, look at that, look at that. It's dense, ooey gooey. Oh my God, here we go. Well, first of all, I should have had a glass of milk with this. Second of all, that brownie is so good. Wow, if you like a good fudgy brownie, that's a good brownie. And then so you got that fudginess from the brownie. You have a little bit of a tanginess from the cheesecake on top that just melds so good together. This might be one of the most perfect desserts that you could ever make. Like I said, the only thing that's missing from this is a glass of milk because, man, that's really rich. That is so good. My goodness, that's delicious. So definitely make it for your next party. I'll tell you a little secret. I made this yesterday and had some yesterday. Amazing then, refrigerated overnight. This is incredible. Okay, so go make it. Trust me. You're going to love it. Your friends are going to love it. Unless you don't like brownies or cheesecake, this is definitely for you. All right. So there we have it. There it is. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Instagram at partyfoodhero. Don't forget to go to the website, partyfoodhero.com. It has all of the recipes. It has the ingredients. It's got everything that you need. It's an easy to follow website, not the annoying one that has a million things on it that you don't care about. Just the recipe, just the ingredients, just a good time. So don't forget, remember, be Party Food Hero. I'm not going to be able to finish this because it is so rich, but I am going to try.
Be the Party Food Hero.
Oh, God.